What if I told you that there is a coin worth $1 trillion? And it's not just any coin. It's a coin that has sparked debates, legal discussions, and even conspiracy theories. The idea of a $1 trillion coin isn't some wild invention of fiction, but a real proposal that gained traction in the US during the debt ceiling crisis of 2011. Imagine this. The US Treasury could mint a platinum coin with a face value of $1 trillion, allowing the country to sidestep the debt ceiling and avoid a catastrophic default on its financial obligations. It sounds like something straight out of a financial thriller, yet it became a serious topic of conversation in economic and political circles. This concept stemmed from a legal loophole that was uncovered in the US laws governing the minting of coins. Under the law, the U.S. Mint has the authority to mint platinum coins in any denomination. While this provision was originally intended to allow for the creation of commemorative or special edition coins, it didn't specify limits on the coin's face value. So, in theory, the government could create a platinum coin with a value of $1 trillion, an amount that far exceeds the national debt, and could serve as a temporary fix to avoid a fiscal crisis. The idea emerged amid concerns that the U.S. government might hit its borrowing limit and fail to meet its financial obligations, threatening a default on national debt. At the time, the U.S. was facing an impasse over the debt ceiling, and political leaders were struggling to come to an agreement on how to raise it. The $1 trillion coin was seen as a creative, albeit unconventional, solution that could bypass the political gridlock and allow the government to continue borrowing money without breaching the debt limit. However, while the $1 trillion coin seemed like a straightforward way to solve the immediate problem, it quickly became a subject of intense debate. On one side, supporters of the idea argued that it was a necessary tool to avoid a financial catastrophe. By minting the coin, the U.S. Could avoid default without needing to negotiate politically painful compromises, such as cutting vital programs or raising taxes. The $1 trillion coin would effectively allow the government to continue spending and servicing its debt without the threat of default hanging over the economy. Critics, on the other hand, warned that the coin could lead to disastrous consequences. For one, creating a $1 trillion coin would likely result in a severe devaluation of the US dollar. By essentially creating money out of thin air, the US government could trigger hyperinflation, causing prices to skyrocket and the value of the dollar to plummet. This would have far-reaching implications not only for the US economy, but for global markets as well. The US dollar, as the world's reserve currency, plays a central role in global trade, and any significant devaluation could lead to a loss of confidence in the dollar, destabilizing international financial markets. Furthermore, the legality of such an action was murky. While the law technically allowed for the minting of platinum coins in any denomination, many legal experts questioned whether it was constitutional for the U.S. government to simply create a $1 trillion coin to bypass the debt ceiling. Critics argued that it would undermine the very foundation of the U.S. monetary system, setting a dangerous precedent that could have long-term consequences. The idea of creating money through an arbitrary act of minting a coin also raised ethical concerns, as it could be seen as a form of financial manipulation. The debate surrounding the $1 trillion coin grew even more intense as it became clear that this was not just an economic or legal issue, but also a political one. In the midst of an election cycle, the proposal to mint a $1 trillion coin was quickly embraced by some progressives who saw it as a way to avoid the devastating effects of austerity measures. Others viewed it as a blatant power grab by the government, a move that could undermine the nation's financial integrity. Regardless of the political affiliations or ideologies involved, it became evident that the $1 trillion coin was not just a theoretical idea. It had real consequences for the future of U.S. fiscal policy. Amid the frenzy of political discourse, the $1 trillion coin also found its way into conspiracy theory circles. Some speculated that the coin was not just a financial solution, but part of a larger, more sinister plan. According to certain theories, the coin was a tool designed by shadowy elites or powerful organizations like the Illuminati to further control the world's financial systems. These theories, although far-fetched, fed into the mystery surrounding the trillion-dollar coin, as they suggested that the coin could be part of a larger global agenda to destabilize economies and consolidate power. The theories took on a life of their own, with some claiming that the trillion-dollar coin could serve as a symbol of an impending global financial reset. Could the coin be a precursor to the collapse of the global financial system? Could it be used as a stepping stone toward a new world order where a small group of elites would control the world's money supply? While these ideas remain speculative and largely discredited, they nonetheless added an element of intrigue to the discussion about the trillion-dollar coin. Despite all the debate and speculation, the US government never seriously pursued the idea of minting a trillion-dollar coin. The proposal was ultimately dismissed as too risky and too unconventional. While it might have offered a temporary solution to the immediate debt crisis, the long-term consequences of such an action would have been too great. Instead, the government opted for more traditional methods of addressing the debt ceiling, including raising the debt limit and implementing austerity measures. Yet, the trillion-dollar coin remains an intriguing and mysterious concept, a symbol of how creative ideas can sometimes emerge in the face of complex financial problems. Whether or not the coin will ever become a reality, the story of the trillion-dollar coin serves as a reminder of how the world of finance can sometimes unexpected and bizarre turns. It also raises larger questions about the role of money, power, and authority in the modern world. As the global financial system continues to evolve, it's likely that ideas like the trillion-dollar coin will continue to pop up, sparking new debates and discussions about how we manage money, debt, and the future of our economies. In the end, the trillion-dollar coin is more than just a quirky proposal. It's a symbol of the strange and unpredictable world of modern finance. While it might not have been the solution to the US debt crisis, it sparked important conversations about the nature of money, the limits of government power, and the risks of financial innovation. Whether seen as a bizarre idea or a potential lifeline, the trillion-dollar coin remains a fascinating chapter in the ongoing story of how we navigate the complexities of global economics.